threshold of Massachusetts with the election of Scott Brown to United States Congress. And it has swept across the country and made its way here to Hawaii. On May 22nd, the media pundits who wrote off Republicans in 2008 and the political hacks who continue to play from the politics as usual playbook are going to swallow hard when they announce Charles DeJoux. Now, like all of you, I have no doubt that Charles will represent Hawaii's citizens with honor and distinction, and we must give him our full support. His election will immediately give the people of Hawaii a strong, principled voice in Washington by putting working families first and creating jobs that will help get our economy back on the right track. But let us not forget that we have one of my potential opponents to thank for his ill-timed and costly resignation from Congress in rallying our people to believe again in the power of their vote. He pulled the trigger on this special election at a time when we could least afford it and called to action our citizens who are tired of being marginalized and taken for granted. With the Republican-led administration, we have provided a balancing force to the old guard of Hawaii politics. We have had debates on critical issues where there were none in the past, on taxes, education, spending, collective bargaining, regulations and red tape, and many more. We have brought fresh ideas and innovative solutions to lasting issues. We have built and opened homeless shelters and transitional housing projects throughout the state, when some simply tried to pass the buck on to others. But we knew that providing the most needy among us with an opportunity to get back on their feet was the right thing to do. We made great strides to diversify and expand our economy through international partnerships with China, Korea, Japan, and other countries. And we are transforming our state into a worldwide model for clean energy security and sustainability. We have strengthened at-risk families and reduced the number of children in foster care by 50%. While achieving one of the nation's lowest child re-abuse rates. We have expanded science, technology, engineering, and mathematics programs throughout the state and helped to hold our struggling public education system accountable for its lack of progress. We have dramatically cut fees and assessments for businesses and consumers and gradually improved a local business climate that Forbes magazine gave the dubious distinction in 2002 as being equivalent to suicide. But these are just a few examples. We cannot stop now. We cannot hold our state and our people back any longer by allowing the Democratic political machine to put a rubber stamp in the governor's office. We cannot allow either of my potential opponents who are beholden to big money special interests and union leaders to make critical public policy decisions for our future. With your support and your vote, we will cut fees, streamline regulations, and remove unnecessary bureaucratic red tape. We will accelerate private sector job creation and prioritize spending. We will conduct a comprehensive, independent audit of the Department of Education ensure that funding is spent at the student school level. We will expand science, technology, engineering, and mathematics programs statewide and prepare our students for a global economy based on knowledge and innovation. We will create a globally competitive tax environment based on fair and equal treatment. We will invest in information, technology, and transparent government, and keep Hawaii on pace to generate 70% or more clean energy by the year 2030. As governor, I will push forward your cause and put the full weight and support of the executive branch of government behind you, your families, and your community. I commit right now to make my decisions in the best interests of our citizens. For government to work properly, we need checks and balances. As a former state judge, I know there are two sides to every story. I know that the best decision isn't always the easiest or politically expedient. And I pride myself on being a dispassionate, impartial decision maker, and I judge every case on its merits. Well, let me tell you that there's no merit in a state legislature that had put a priority on job creation but could not bring itself to pass legislation that would actually create jobs. There is no merit in circumventing the will of the people through last-minute political maneuvering to establish the equivalent of same-sex marriage. And there is no merit in passing the fiscal responsibility of a balanced budget onto our citizens by raising taxes and increasing the financial burden on our working families and small businesses. These professional politicians have sacrificed our long-term future for their short-term political gain. On jobs, the economy, and education, the political machine has made bad decision after bad decision for decades, and they will continue to do so until we rise up as a community and stop them. My friends, your voice and your vote is key to our future. And it is time now to stand up. Stand up for yourself, stand up for your beliefs, stand up for your family, stand up for your community, stand up for Hawaii, stand up for our future. Stand up now! And let's send them a unified message that we are taking personal responsibility for our decision. My friends, 2010 is our year. It's our time, and we're not going to let the partisan politics or special interest or fear get in our way. I ask all of you now to join me, to join us, to rise up with your vote to make a difference for Hawaii that we love. Join us and let's resolve the challenges of today to set a new course for tomorrow.